Hi, my name is Kennedy Jackson, and today I'm going to be reading my persuasive speech about how social media is responsible for the moral degradation of teenagers. So, many people tend to underestimate the effect of social media on people, but especially its effect on teenagers. As a teenager myself, it is easy to see that teenagers' lives are revolving around social media now. Everyone posts their every move on social media, which allows little to no room for people to be private. Excuse me. And teens become consumed watching other people live their lives. Since teens have access to pretty much everything they could ever think of on their phones, and with so many different platforms, it's so easy for a teen to get caught up in the negative side of social media. Social media is responsible for the moral degradation of teens because not only do we have a lot of influencers setting negative examples for our youth, we also have so many people in our society exposing us to things on social media we are far too young for, convincing teens to think that this behavior is normal. And not to mention, since people share far too much of their lives on social media, they tend to forget that most stuff that is posted can stay with them forever. According to this survey, just over half, about 55% of people with children ages 11 through 17 strongly agreed that social media hinders or undermines moral development. As a teen, I can personally agree with this statement because I experienced effects of social media firsthand. On Instagram, there is a page called TSR, which stands for The Shade Room, a page where they gossip about what's going on with celebrities and other popular influencers, and they're specifically a page for teenagers. It projects negatively to its followers by keeping them up to date with drama that doesn't concern them. People become so heavily invested in the drama that they go out of their way to share their perspective on the gossip, whether it be positive or negative. It sometimes will even get to a point where so many people will share their negative opinions, causing influencers to delete their pages or get into arguments with their followers, ultimately creating a toxic space for everyone involved in the page. People in our society also expose us to things that we are too young for, such as vaping, smoking cigarettes, and drinking before the legal age. Even in different alcohol even different alcohol and vape product companies make commercials and ads to appeal to a younger audience. Posting videos of them vaping and drinking for underage for likes and popularity, it might as well be a trend, which can also tie into them posting stuff which can stay with them forever. Not to mention, once that stuff is posted, it cannot be erased, and eventually teenagers grow up to get jobs, and no one wants someone who has inappropriate things on their social media. Things like a little post someone thought was harmless can end up ruining someone's life in the long run. So yes, I do believe that social media is responsible for the moral degradation of teens. It creates a toxic environment for teenagers because of different social media outlets allow us to peer into other people's lives too much. People also become so heavily invested in other people's dramas, they go out of their way to share their perspective on gossip, whether it be positive or negative. Excuse me. People in our society constantly exposing us to things that we are too young for, such as vaping, smoking cigarettes, and drinking before the legal age, causing us to degrade our moral values and standards. Thank you.